Imagine unlocking your phone and realizing your home screen just changed its personality. Not with a new theme, not with some preset layout you'll forget about in the day, but with a clock that actually reacts to your wallpaper like it understands what it's looking at. That's what Samsung is doing with One UI 8.5, and it might be the most unexpectedly addictive feature we've seen in a long time. Here's why this matters. Most of us change wallpapers all the time. A new photo, a pet, a travel shot. But the rest of the home screen stays rigid. It never really feels personal beyond the background. Samsung is flipping that idea. With One UI 8.5, the adaptive clock doesn't just sit there. It adjusts itself depending on what's in your wallpaper. And not just faces or pets like on Apple's iOS, it reacts to random elements too. A plant, a building, maybe even the shape of a shadow in your photo. The clock reads the scene and reshapes itself with new positioning, font options, and layout that actually fit the image you chose. This is different from what Apple does with its spatial wallpaper effect. iOS tries to tuck the time behind the subject to create depth, which looks cool, but often makes the clock harder to read. Samsung is going for something more practical. Dynamic visuals without sacrificing clarity. The clock adapts visually, but never disappears behind anything. You still get the flair, but you don't lose functionality. And the customization doesn't stop at positioning. One UI 8.5 gives you more control over fonts, sizing, and spacing, so even two users with the same wallpaper will likely end up with completely different looking home screens. That level of personalization is something Samsung fans have always appreciated, giving users the tools and then getting out of the way. If you've used the current adaptive clock in One UI 8, you already know it was a fun addition, but this feels like a step up. Instead of just shifting slightly, the new version seems to analyze the entire composition of the wallpaper and adjust piece by piece, reacting more intelligently. It's not just moving the clock away from someone's face, it's actually trying to match mood and layout, almost like a mini design engine built into your lock screen. And that brings up an interesting point. Customization fatigue is real. Most people don't want to manually tweak every single element of their phone. What works about this approach is that Samsung is making the adaptive part do the heavy lifting. You pick a wallpaper like you normally would, and the system handles the aesthetic design for you. It makes personalization feel effortless instead of feeling like a project. Now, the adaptive clock is just one piece of what's coming with One UI 8.5. The update is expected to debut with the Galaxy S26 lineup, and leaks suggest there's more than just visual flair on the table. Samsung is seeming to push a mix of playful design and serious productivity upgrades. A fully automated call screening system is reportedly on the way, something that could rival Google's call handling on Pixel phones. There are also hints of pro-level camera tools being added directly into the default camera app, making advanced controls more accessible without needing third-party apps. On top of that, Samsung is working on a privacy feature that dims or hides sensitive content when you're out in public. It sounds like a subtle improvement, but it fits a growing trend, giving users more control over what's visible at a glance, especially in crowded places where someone might be glancing over your shoulder. Right now, it looks like this feature might be exclusive to the Galaxy S26 Ultra at first, but if it lands well, it wouldn't be surprising to see it expand to more models. Taken together, these updates shape One UI 8.5 into something that feels balanced. It's not just a visual update, and it's not just a utility update. It's both. The adaptive clock might grab the headlines because it's instantly noticeable and kind of fun, but the real move here is Samsung's strategy. They're leaning into personality and giving the OS a sense of responsiveness, like it's reacting to your choices in real time, rather than just applying a static UI layer over everything. The more your phone reacts to you, the more it feels like it belongs to you. And that's exactly the direction One UI 8.5 is heading. Whether you keep things simple or go all in on personalization, the update subtly pushes your phone to reflect your style without asking you to spend time tweaking everything manually. For people who enjoy customizing their phones down to the smallest detail, this is going to be a playground. For everyone else who just wants their device to look good without much effort, This could be the first time the home screen starts feeling fresh again, not because you changed it, but because it changed with you. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.